Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today in this video we will learn how to create a quote website. As you can see on my computer screen, here I have this text, quote of the day, then we have the quote and the author name. If I click on this new quote, it will display another quote. Let's click again. You can see another quote here and the author name. And if I refresh this website, again I can see a new quote. If I click on this tweet button, it will open a Twitter window where I can post this particular quote and the author name on the Twitter. So you will learn how to display the content from the API on your website using JavaScript and how to add this tweet button that will post this particular text on the Twitter. We will create this daily quote website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So let's start the video. Here I have this folder, and in this folder I have one HTML file, one CSS file and Twitter icon. You can find this Twitter icon in my previous video, and let me open these files with my code editor, which is Visual Studio Code. You can use any code editor. So this is the HTML file where I have added the basic HTML structure, and this one is the CSS file where I have added margin padding and box sizing. And these CSS properties are applicable for all the HTML elements. In this HTML file, we have added this link tag that will connect the HTML and CSS file, and here we have the title, quote of the day. And now we will add the code within this body tag. So here we will add one div with the class name quote box. Next we will add one title here. After that we will add the block quote tag, and in this one let's add loading, because right now we don't have the quote. Then we will add span tag, and in this span we have to display the author name. So here also we will add loading. After adding this, let's come back to the folder and open this HTML file with any web browser. So you can see this text, quote of the day, then loading and loading. Let me close this browser and I will open it with the Visual Studio Code extension called Live Server, so that it will refresh the web page automatically. So again you can see the same web page. Next we will add some CSS. So let's come back, and in this CSS file, first we will add the body, and here we will change the background. After that we will add the class name quote box. For this quote box we will add the CSS. I have added the background and width, then position absolute, top, left and transform. It will move this box in the center. Then we have added the padding that will be space inside the box and border radius. Text align center will move all the text inside the box in the center, and we have added the box shadow. After that you can see this box in the center of the web page. Next we have to change the font of these text. For that we will use the Google font. Open this website fonts.google.com. Here we will search for this font, then click here, then click on this regular, medium and semi bold and bold. You can see it is in the right side, and in this right side you can see import. Click here and you will get this type of link. Just copy this one and come to the CSS file. We will add this link here at the top of this CSS file like this. Then we will add this font family. Just copy this one from the Google Fonts and we will add it here in this star. After that let's come back to the website, and you can see different font here. Next we will design this title. So let's come back, and here we will add the same class name quote box, then h2. We have added the title in h2. So here we will increase the font size and we will add space at the bottom. You can see increased font size for this text. Next we have to add one horizontal line at the bottom of this text. So let's come back and again copy this one and add it here. Here we will add after. In this after, which is the pseudo element, here we have added content empty, then width, height and border radius. Then we have changed the background color, and then we have added the position. It will be at the bottom, minus 10 pixel and left 50% and transform translate x minus 50%, so it will be horizontally centered. And in this h2 we have to add the position relative. After adding this, we will come back to the website and you can see one horizontal line just below this title. Next we have these text which is for the quote and author name. So we will add the CSS for these text. So let's come back and here we will add quote box, then block quote. So for this block quote we will add the font size, then we will add the minimum height. Next we will add the same thing and here we will add double colon before and add a comma, again write this one and it is after. So at the start and end of this quote we will add one quotation icon. So here we will add content and within this single quote we will add double quote like this. That's it. Now you can see an icon at the start and end of this text which is loading. Next we will add the CSS for this text and it will go on the right side. So let's come back. Here we will add this span. So in this CSS file we will add dot quote box and a span, that is for the author name. Here we will add display block and we will add the margin top of 10 pixel, then float right, so it will be in the right side. And next we will add the position relative, and at the front of this text there will be one line. So here we will add this quote box and span before. In this before we will add the content empty, then we will add the width of 20 pixel and height will be very small, 2 pixel. Then we will add the background and position will be absolute. Let's add the top 50% and left it will be minus 30 pixel. Now you can see this line at front of this text loading, which is for the author name. Next we have to create two buttons. So let's come back to the HTML file, and after this span text we will add one div, and within this div we will add the button, duplicate it, and here we will add the button text new quote, and in the second one we will add tweet. You can see this button here, quote and tweet. Now we will add the CSS for these buttons. So let's come back. Here we will add quote box and div. So for this div we will add the width, it will be 100%. Then we will add the margin at the top, it will be 50 pixel, and display will be flex, and justify content center. Then we will add dot quote box and button. In this button we have added the background, then color, that will be the text color, then border radius and border of 1 pixel, that is the border around the button. Then we have added the width and height, display flex, align item center, and justify content center, so that the text and images will be in the center of the button. We will add one image also. Then we have added the margin and cursor pointer. Right now you can see this button looks like this. Next, in the second button we will add one icon. So let's come back, and here we will add the img tag and write the file name of the icon, which is twitter.png. You can see this icon here. Next we will change the color for this button, and we will set the size for this icon. So let's come back. Here we will add dot quote box button and img. Let me add the width. It will be very small, 20 pixel, and margin in the right side. So we will get the space between the icon and text. Then in the second button we have to change the background color. So here we will add button colon inner child 2. So it will select only second button. So for this second button we will add the background that will be transparent. Then we will add the color. Now you can see this second button is also looking good. Next we have to find the API for the different quote. So let's come to the Google and search for daily quote API. Here we will open this link. You can find this link in the video description also. It is quotable. You can see the author name also. Let's scroll this website, and here it is the API link that will give the different quote. You can see we can add these things at the end of the URL. If we will add random, it will give the random quote every time you will refresh the website. You can add the tags like this that will give the quote from the particular category, and you can add like this / quotes, so it will give the list of quotes. So we have to get only one quote, so we will add random. So let's copy this link, and at the end of this link we will add random. So you can see here we got one quote and author name, and if I refresh this one, here we have another quote and author name. So we have to add this URL in our JavaScript that will display the different quote every time you will refresh the website. In this HTML file just above this closing body tag, here we will add script, and within this script we will add const and add API URL equal to this link. That's it. Then we have to get the data from this API. So here we will add async function, then we will add any name. So let's add get quote. In this one we will add URL, and here we will add, here I have added const response equal to await fetch URL. After that where data equal to await response JSON. Then this data will have all the information available in this API. So here we can write like this console.log and data. So it will display the data available in this API in our browser console whenever you will call this function get quote. So let's call this one, just copy and paste it here, and here we will add this URL. So while calling this we have to give this URL, and it will give the URL here and run this code, and it will fetch the data, and then it will store in this variable called data, and this data will be displayed in the console. So let's come back to the website and right click, inspect, and click on this console. You can see here is the author name and quote, and if I refresh the website you can see quote and another author name. Now we will come back and we have to display this data in our HTML block, which is block quote and a span. So here in this block quote we will add one ID. So let's add the ID quote, and in this one we will add the ID author. Next we will add const quote equal to document.getElementById, and we will add the ID that we have created right now. quote. Let's duplicate it and it will be author, and here also author. Next we have to display the quote from this data in this quote and author. So here we will add quote dot inner HTML equal to data dot. In this data dot, let's come back to the website, and here you can see we have the content. So we will add this content here, data dot content, that will give the quote. Let's duplicate it, and here we will add author dot inner HTML equal to data dot. You can see the author name is displaying in this author, so here just add author like this. And now we can remove this console, come back to the website, and you can see the quote here. And if I refresh the website, you can see new quote, and you can see the author name also. But this new quote button is not working, so we have to add the functionality here also. So let's come back and just copy this one, get quote API URL, and come to the first button, and in this button we will add on click equal to get quote API URL. That's it. After adding this, if I click on this button, it will give the new quote. You can see new quote and author name. So this button is working fine. Next we have to add the functionality in this tweet button. When we will click on this button, it should open a Twitter window where we can share the particular quote. So first we will search for the tweet link. Let's come to the Google and search for Twitter share link. Open this website developer.twitter.com and scroll here. Here you can see twitter.com/intent/tweet. We have to call this URL, and at the end of this URL we can write our text like this: twitter.com/intent/tweet ? Text equal to hello world. Let me copy this one and come back to the HTML file, and here we will add one function, and function name is tweet. In this one we will add window dot open and add this link. After adding this, just copy this tweet and add it here in this second button. Here we will add on click equal to tweet. That's it. So whenever we will click on this button, it will execute this function and it will open a new window and run this URL. Here we will add comma, and let's add one name. For this window we will add tweet window, and again comma, we will add width, it will be 600, and height 300. So it will open a new window with this width and height. Let's check this one, and if I click on this tweet, it will open a new window, and here you can see the message hello world. But instead of this hello world, we have to display our quote, which is here. So close this one and come back and remove this hello world like this, and at the end of this URL we have to add our quote. So here we will add plus, then to get the quote we will add this quote.innerHTML like this. So we have the URL plus quote.innerHTML, so it will add this quote at the end of this link. Now if I click here, you can see it is opening the new window, and here is the quote that we can post on the Twitter. But we need the author name also, so let's close this one and come back, and here we will add plus, then let's add this line by, and again we will add plus, and here we have to add the author name. So write author dot inner HTML like this. Now we have the link, then quote, and this line, then author name. After that, come back to the website, and if I click on this tweet button, it will open the new window for the Twitter. You can see the quote and this author name, and we can tweet this one on the Twitter. So finally, we have completed this daily quote generator website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. I hope this video will be helpful for you. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section. Please like and share this video, and also subscribe my channel Easy Tutorials. Thank you so much for watching this video.